Morning, guys. February the 6th here in an icy central Illinois. We had freezing rain last night, but I don't think it's going to amount to anything. In fact, it's about 34 degrees right now, so it's not going to be lasting much longer. But I just thought I'd show you what I'm up to right now. We're running our Flying Yankee here on the upper level, and if any of you guys are familiar with the movie called Blazing Saddles, there was a character on there, I think it was played by Alex Karras, called Mongo. Well, I just bought Mongo, and I'll introduce you to him here in just a second. It's the biggest damn steam engine I ever bought, and it is massive. And here it comes right now. That is a McCoy double motor drivetrain that somebody built a superstructure around. All metal. I don't know who made the smokestacks or the sand domes. Everything is metal on that thing. So either they bought it from a supplier or they turned it down on their lathe. But it is one hell of a locomotive. I wish I had the tender that went with it, because it dwarfs everything that I've got. But we'll take a closer look at it here in just a second. We're trying to get everything out of the way. That's what happens when you got too many knobs. Now we'll bring old Mongo up here. All right, we'll take him down over there where I got some light. I'll show you this pig. After a fair amount of running, the drivetrain is nice and loose. It was a little stiff when I first got it, but I oiled it severely, and it turned out pretty good. But you got to look at this thing. This thing is absolutely huge. In fact, it will not go under my elevated because the smokestack comes almost to the bottom of it. So it's strictly an outside locomotive. But there's some fine detailing to this. I love the domes. I love the bell. I don't know if this is production pieces or this is something a guy put on the lathe and made or had a milling machine. I particularly like the headlight. I've always liked the old-fashioned headlights on the locomotives. The other thing that it had, and I don't know why they put it there, but there was a cow catcher, a Lionel cow catcher that fit right underneath there. Well, that cow catcher, and I'm not exaggerating, although I am prone to do so, but I don't imagine that cow catcher was more than an eighth of an inch above the rail, maybe not even that much. So as it would go down the track, the cow catcher would short it out. I don't know why they put a cow catcher there and put it so low, but I took it off. It didn't look right. I mean, after all, it was clear up underneath here. So the point of the cow catcher came to about right here. But this thing has still got the McCoy wheels on it, and I'm surprised because it's usually prone to zinc pest. I do believe that the yoke, this yoke here is McCoy, and it's a die casting, and it's in solid shape. I'm not sure about the cylinders because there's a nick or two of paint off, and I can tell you that these caps are brass. Everything here is sheet metal. This is all sheet metal. And look at this. Look at the thickness that they made those sideboards out of. And and something that I can't do. Look how they bent that. And there's a formula for this. I'm not a machinist, so for me I could make one side. I'd be really lucky if the other side was bent the same. It'd be close, but probably no cigar. But this is what I've got on this. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it. I will say this: had I known it was this big, I probably wouldn't have bought it because it is immense. But let me show you. This is from I believe they called it the Chief Ugum. I think that's what McCoy called it. It was their double motor steam engine that they made. Well, I've got a cab off of one of those. Actually, I got a McCoy cab. This right here this is the template cab that they used. Now look, that's how damn big this is. There would have been a roof on top of that. So this is almost twice. And here's the back. So it would have been almost twice the size of, look at that thing. That thing is absolutely huge. But I've got I'll show you. I got to extend the couplers on it, but I may use this particular tender, which will look good. And this really is short compared to the locomotive, but I have to make the couplers, the hooks. I got to make the hooks longer. This will be easy to take off, and the back of the locomotive is using a Lionel latch coupler, so that it will be an easy. It should be an easy fix. But that's what we've got. We've got the Mongo in the roster now. I don't know quite how they did it with these. I don't know if these are rivets. I don't know how they attach the cab. It's also got a sound system in it. The guy I bought it from said he could never get the sound system to work. I don't care whether it works because I'm not a sound system guy. But somebody with some real experience could probably, if it still works, could probably get the job done. I'd like to know how they cut and applied their windows. Look at that stack. Now, if anybody knows if these are production pieces, I'd love to know. It would be nice to actually buy some of this stuff. I try to buy G scale windows and various other things, but even G scale isn't always as big as I want for standard gauge. The other thing is, I'll show you what I'm up to. Any other time I would have had this automated dump car done, because the only thing that I've got to do is finish these cabs. I think I told you I bought a Mike's Train House dump. The paint and everything is absolutely fantastic on it. I am not going to strip it. I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm just going to add the cabs to it. But what I don't like are these windows. I can't find something that suits me. I'm looking for inserts. I mean, this right here is the same face that I've got on the mine engine that I made. And those are G-gauge windows. But I just, for as big as the cab is on this dump, I think those windows are far too small. Now, let me bend down here on the floor, because everything I have on the table falls on the floor. And I showed you guys the last time. This is what I'm taking that cab from. It's virtually a perfect match. Well, as you can see, this has a complete window that goes clear across the front. So what I'm going to do is, with a friend of mine who has a shop, and he's got a huge jet milling machine, we're going to take this. As you can see, all I've got is quarter inch bends to fit over the side. We're going to take the front off. We're going to mount this basically a 2x4 is what it's with this. We're going to mount this base on the 2x4, and if we have to, then we'll wood screw the sides on both sides to hold it firm to the 2x4. We're hoping, or I'm hoping anyhow, that all we have to do is set it down on the 2x4. The 2x4 is just going to be like a form. That's all it is. Set it down on there, put it in the vise on the milling machine, and then what we're going to do is get everything set up, and we're going to mill all the way around, down, and across. And what I'm looking for is a good, clean, finished appearance. Now with the cutter, excuse me, with the cutter that we're going to use, you'll notice that this window has rounded corners. And all just like all that stuff, rounded corners, rubber gaskets, pop it in place, and off we go. Well, the cutter will give this rounded corners. So if we have good luck with this one, I'll take the face off of the other one and we will mill that one out. And basically what I'll do with that then is I will put Mylar on the back, which is what I do with a lot of the stuff. And I can put a silhouette of a driver or something like that in it. And if we screw it up, this is no big deal. This is easy to cut, to form, and we can try another process. But that's what I think I'm going to do with this is to make an elongated window, and I do like the idea of the curved corners, and we'll see just how we'll get everything centered. We want everything to look symmetrical. I've already got the door on the other side. That's all been cut out on the back, as you can see. That way it leaves the embossing. It doesn't raise it up, but I still got a bit of pucker here, so I don't know if I've got my holes too tight. It's a trial fit. I will adjust it, and we'll see where we go from there. But that's what I've got, and we're going to have to find something to do with Mongo because he is one huge son of a buck. And I wish I could get him underneath the the elevated over there, but unless I cut the top of his smokestack off, and even then it wouldn't be enough. And I ain't going to do that. That the artistry on that is just too doggone good. But that's where we're at, guys. I just thought the other thing, while I'm rambling and running my mouth, I've added some more cast iron soldiers. And mounted infantry and 2 drummers, all this cast iron. The only other thing, I'm just about done with the soldiers. I really think they add a lot to a pre-war layout. I have found and have bought, and waiting for its arrival, a cast iron flag bearer. So I'll have that on here. And the only other thing that I might do yet, and then I think I will call it quits as far as the soldiers go, I've got these 2 lads guarding the entrance to the bridge, and I may find 2 more to put here on the back. But I like the cast iron stuff. You're pretty much assured that after the Second World War it wasn't made because you had to have patterns. It was expensive, and I mean, after all, you can use slush, lead. Drain out the bottoms, you can crank them out by the hundreds and nothing flat. That's not the case for cast iron. All right, guys, I'll let you go. You all have a good weekend, and if you're anywhere here in the Midwest where the ice has accumulated, be doggone careful, and we'll all talk with you later. Toodaloo.